They don't like you calling from suction, and they dang sure don't like you calling them respiratory. Hey guys, it is Denny Moss, and if you don't know me by now, I am going to be your new respiratory therapist and also your favorite YouTuber. So this week I came across 2 videos from TikTok that really triggered me. So I want y'all to see them too. Let me just say, trigger warning, okay?
Mr. Leonard, can you tell me your name? Do you know where you are?
Nothing.
Should we start high flow?
Seriously, look at this patient. They need a tube and a prayer.
Hi, I'm here from Respiratory. The nurse said you need a breathing treatment.
No, I don't. I'm fine.
You. Hey!
So not only did those TikToks trigger me, y'all, I seen some people post something about a respiratory betrayal is like a Kanye West betrayal is. And I was like, you know what? I really want to have a yap session, but I really need to do it for respiratory as well. Because I feel like, y'all know I really love respiratory, and I still like, not only do I love it, I'm still very much so compassionate about it. It's not one of those things that I take for granted, because respiratory is... It's a field that's very demanding, but it's also a field that is very draining on your mentality. And I just be like, why do y'all call me for that? Like, the one thing I do not like is a PRN treatment that it says stat. Now, if you call me for a stat treatment on a patient and I show up and the patient is in the room eating, respiratory rate is like 12 to 14, no wheezing, no nothing, just enjoying their meal. That blows my mind, because like, why are you calling me for a stat treatment? I could be doing something for somebody who actually needs it. And then I arrive and I'm like, hey, I'm Nisi from Respiratory, and I want to give you a treatment. And they looking at me like, girl, get out of here, I'm eating. That burns me up. Like, that is like #1 on my betrayal list. #1, because don't call me and do that. And yes, I'm not confrontational, but I do confront a nurse when it's something like that. Like, girl, are you sure that's the right patient? Because the patient in the room eating, and I don't think you should have called me for that. And do we need to go over some education about your assessment skills when it comes to breathing treatments? Because don't do that. So another thing that is really top priority on that RT betrayal list has to be a freaking heater. Like, why does the heater always alarm and I walk into a room and it's covered with a towel, or the fan is blowing on it, or it's just full of mucus just hitting it? Like, that burns me up. So I try not to get annoyed with the heaters, but they annoy me the worst. Like, can we get some higher technology that isn't so finicky with this freaking heater? Why is it going off and I'm just sitting down to chart? I feel like the heater burns me up. No pun intended. But it burns me up. Like, stop screaming. I'm just like this the whole time. Heater going off, help. I just sat down, I just started charting. Why? And you have to remain professional. So everything that's in your head, you're sitting, I swear, you're sitting there going crazy in your head. You're screaming, you're doing all kind of shit. But that is very high on my respiratory betrayal list, a screaming heater. Let me map out your morning, right? So this is really high on the betrayal list. You see all your morning people. I mean, everybody. You even see your PRN people. Like, you assess everybody to the max. Everybody's good. You got their treatments going. So you go downstairs, right? Because you work at a level 1 trauma facility, knowing it's massive. Like, the building is massive, right? So you take 10 minutes to walk down to get your breakfast. Then you take another 5 minutes paying for it. The breakfast is hot, so you run back upstairs, you sit down, you open up your little container to eat your breakfast, and literally the phone rings. This is Denny with Respiratory. The patient is calling for some interrupted breaks, interrupted lunch drives me crazy. Like, why do I have to answer my phone? Like, this is heavy on the betrayal list. I know it's life and death, don't get me wrong, but it's my yap session and I do want to yap to you guys. But I find this like crazy. Like, can you hold my phone while I go eat? You can't do that. You have to get up from your interrupted lunch or your interrupted breakfast or your interrupted is the main thing that I want to stress. And you have to go tend to your patients. If I could change anything about the healthcare field, I would change interrupted breaks. Like, let me go pee in peace, or let me eat in peace, or let me drink some coffee in peace for the like little 15 minutes. But I do want to stress that if your lunch is interrupted, they will pay you for your lunch. But it doesn't matter. I just want one little 15-minute lunch break or 30-minute lunch break just in peace. Never gonna happen. Never gonna happen, okay? As a respiratory therapist, you're never allowed to leave campus or the property to eat. Like, at the most, if I leave my food in the car and I used to drive, like, it would take me at least 20 minutes to hike to get my food. So I'd be like, hey, can you watch my phone real quick? But it's not one of those things that's easy to do when everybody is spaced out. So like, if you're working with somebody on a unit, that might be good. But like if you're on the floor, just don't even. Just buy some chips or something and go sit down and eat. But I think that's like one of my things on the betrayal list as a respiratory therapist. Nobody tells you that you're going to have a lunch that is never going to be interrupted. It's always a call. It's like, respiratory left. It's like, I can't smell her. Where'd she go? Let's just call and say we need something. Type. It's that type of a job. So just know, if you're going to become a respiratory therapist, you're definitely going to have an interrupted lunch. Okay, I do have a little note that I've taken for you new grads, or I would just say solely new grads, because I feel like the seasoned RTs know not to do this, but it's very high on the betrayal list. And it's stealing your stethoscope. There's times where you're gonna need your ears. That's what I call stethoscopes. You're gonna need your ears to listen to breath sounds and see if everything is good, like immediately after you extubate, or if somebody is, or intubate, or if somebody is having cardiac arrest, you want to listen to see if they have like strong pulses, or anything you need ears for. This is one thing you never do. You never take your lip mitt off and let somebody use it, especially in an environment like that, because it will never come back to you. I swear. That is so high on a theft list, let alone the betrayal list. So if you're anything like me, when you go into a cold or a rapid, take your stethoscope off and get one of those blue disposable ones. It works. They're hanging everywhere. So get one of those blue disposable ones, and if they want to hear it, here, you can take it off and use it. Or sometimes after first rounds, I put my ears up. I don't bring them out. I go find the blue disposable stethoscope so they will not come up missing. Because to me, that's really high on the betrayal list, because y'all know them Littmans cost money. I mean, when I got my Littman back in 2008, I still have it to this day. I kid y'all not. I got a new one in 2010. I have both of them. Y'all, it was $110. So I can just imagine what they are now. But do not let this happen to you, because it will definitely be high on the betrayal list. So do like I do. Put that Littman up. This is another beef that I have with equipment. We deal with a lot of equipment in respiratory. I know this is just my little yap, but I still want to try to get y'all to learn some things and motivate y'all still, okay? As I still talk about this yap and this betrayal list, I want y'all to stay motivated and focused. So this is my second thing with equipment, not just the screaming heaters, or the heavy equipment that you have to push. But this burns me up. I do not like doing assist cough. I don't like doing cough assist at all. I feel like it's so dramatic, and I am a Libra. I'm a Libra woman, so it's nobody more dramatic than us. But that cough assist, it throws me, and I just be like putting the pressure low, and those people be looking at me like, girl, if you don't turn up the pressure. But I don't like doing cough assist. When I see cough assist, it just be like, Lord, be with me, because I really hate this machine. So let me see if I can describe a cough assist for y'all. I'm gonna describe it. Cough assist is pretty much you put a mask over a patient's face and you thrust their lungs with some pressure so they can cough. To me, it's like so violent and it's so dramatic, but the patients love it, because if you can't cough and mucus is in your throat, either I'm gonna have to go down and get it with a suction catheter, or I can help you, and they really enjoy it. So it's just my personal thing, but I would say everything is on the Betrayal list and everything is high for me, but that has to be like the number one. I don't like cough assist machines, okay? But just know when you see one, because I think most people, I'm in acute care, so I'll probably see one every 7 to 8 months. I kid y'all not, I probably see them twice a year, to be honest. But when I do see them, I just hate them. They're high on my Betrayal list. Don't order those for me. Okay, I hate them. Okay, now I want to talk about a universal Betrayal list, because I feel like this comes with everybody. Me, I don't necessarily hate it, but my peers talk about it all the time. My coworkers talk about it all the time. They hate, because again, I work in the level 1 trauma, okay? So some facilities are small and you could get to patients within 8 minutes. I feel like that's a good time when somebody calls you for something. Like if somebody calls me for something stat, I normally can arrive between 5 to 8 minutes. So I feel like that's a good time. So with that being said, respiratory therapists hate for someone to call them on the phone and say, patient so-and-so with 6 shyly trait needs to be suctioned. You want to burn them up? Call them for suction. That is high on their Betrayal list. I think that is I'm gonna put that as number 2. If we had to label something for my peers, like respiratory therapists in general, I think that's number 2 on the Betrayal list. But number 1 would have to be touching their vent. Touch a respiratory therapist vent and we will go off. I know I don't like it at all. Like, especially if you touch my vent, and I don't care if you're a physician or whatever, call me, say, hey, do you mind? Or this patient is doing this, can you? Or this, can I? You know, don't touch our vents, because we are responsible for it. The medical board put us in charge of doing the ventilators. Yes, the same medical board can say the physician can do it, but you cannot touch our ventilators. Like a resident can't do it, a nurse can't do it, PT can't do it, only respiratory and the attending can do it. So do not touch our vents. It gets us okay, combative. You don't want to do that. Don't get on your RT bedside. And the third thing I want to stress is, I don't mind it, but my peers do. When you see us in our color uniforms, because everybody in my actually, I think, if y'all don't know, I work in Texas Medical Center in Houston, Texas. So all the hospitals in the surrounding area dressed accordingly. So if you work at a different location or a different facility than I do, and you have on blue, that is a nurse. Or if you have on Caribbean blue, that's a respiratory therapist. But the thing that we hate almost the most is calling us respiratory. I don't care. You could call me respiratory all day, but my peers do not like to be called respiratory. They don't like you touching a vent. They don't like you calling from suction, and they dang sure don't like you calling them respiratory. You could say, excuse me, ma'am. But if you say, excuse me, respiratory, yeah, be prepared to fight. Be prepared to throw blows, because they do not like that at all, and I suggest you avoid it. You could say ma'am, because we live in Houston, so saying ma'am would be like okay. Even like I mean, we call people ma'am and you just have to get used to it. It's a southern thing. But to call somebody respiratory, don't do that. You might as well touch their vent or call them for suction. This was my little yap session. I feel like it was well needed. I've been doing so many like vlogs and just doing so many sit down talk to y'all videos, and I really appreciate all the comments, and I appreciate all the follows, the likes. Y'all have been really supportive to the community. It's not just my community, it's a respiratory community, because like I said, it's so gay kept. And on top of that, I don't see anybody posting a lot of content, especially current content. So I really made this channel a respiratory channel. I plan on vlogging more, just like my regular life and lifestyle vlogging that I really like to do, but I really been enjoying making these videos for y'all. Respiratory is me, and I'm respiratory. I'm a human being first. Let's not get that twisted. But I am a respiratory therapist, and I just enjoy yapping with y'all. I felt like it was needed to have like a little yap session because I haven't done that in a long time. So if y'all hear that, it's just water. Thank y'all for watching. Please comment, subscribe, comment. If y'all have any questions, I do try to get to y'all really quick. I do have my notifications on. I'll get to y'all within 24 hours, trust me. So you can ask any type of questions, or if you have any concerns, just let me know, and I really appreciate y'all. And if y'all know somebody who's in respiratory or thinking about it, send them to my channel. Share it. It doesn't hurt. Okay, so don't forget to breathe. Bye.